Alright guys, welcome back to the second Titled Tuesday of today, the late one, also known as the one where I always blender everything because of being too tired, but we'll see how it goes today. Again, it's going to be an extremely strong one. You can already see several top GMs who have registered and many more non-super GMs. So yeah, 11 more minutes. I guess I will start with a puzzle rush again. Not sure what else to do. And considering that there are no people in the chat just yet, this seems like the best thing to do. Okay, so block here. And just for a warm up. And I really hope that I get to play Carlson again, because the past performance by me is quite bad in the early event. Yeah, and that's what you get when playing 2 quick like G2 as main 1. Hmm. Why can't all the puzzles be this easy? What's the difference? King of Fear, King of 1? Somebody tell me. Still don't understand the difference, just seeing this felt more logical. Why am I not seeing? Maybe this rook. Because otherwise there would be bishop b2 and bishop a1. This is some kind of a stupid study, I suppose. I don't know. If you gotta study, then there's not much you can do about that. Wait, is it queen h5 or which pitch? That was queen h5. Okay. Dobry wieczór, Zawalianec. Kako išao prvi Title Tuesday? Pa ima na YouTube, pa. Good evening, Ingo. Pozdrav, što kažeš na novo pravilo za kandidate? A ne znam šta da mislim, to je sve ima dosta rupa, ne znam kako je najbolje izorganizirati. Nisam siguran stvarno što da mislim o tome. I ovo što sad ima rupe i ono tamo ima rupe. Thus I would not have found rook c1 here. K3 is no good, it seems. What was this stupid study? So queen d2 and I went to d4. I guess it's important because of the g5 square. Okay. We have almost 5 more minutes. Verujem da igrao sam futbol, nisam bio kući. Ne, izgubio sam od Carlsena i od Griščuka, ali sam dobio Deaca. Okay, let's play one more 3-minute puzzle rush and then that will be it. And then the title Tuesday is gonna start. Here it's only 3 minutes, so basically it's just blitz out the moves. Can't really think because there's not much time. Thus far, the puzzles seemed relatively easy. I don't know why that was wrong, by the way. No idea. As soon as I said the puzzles were easy, I got one wrong and I don't know why. And the second one... Yeah, okay, I'm not thinking for enough time, I suppose. But... Yeah, okay, I was a bit at it one. Kakva dobra forma, imao sam 7 iz 11. Forma je nikakva. Okay, 3 more minutes. We can have some pleasant conversations before the start. I won't do any more puzzle rushes. You see how that goes. I'm just not in a good shape today. Hopefully some washed up I am for round 1. Yeah. Considering my rating is so low, I could get some 2400s IM or FM. Else? Is it like... did you mean to write my nickname and wrote a typo, or is it else and then the C modes? I'm a bit puzzled. Maybe it's because I'm too tired. Zagreb, Duda, Zagreb. One and a half more minutes. When Matthias Bluebaum loses, he smashed his desk, I heard. Really? I don't think he would do that, but I mean, I've only saw clips of Naroditsky doing it. Pojačanja od Hajduka. Ne, previše. A ne pratim ja baš Hrvatsku nogometnu ligu, fudbalsku. Iako sam rekao još početkom sezone da će ove godine Rijeka biti prvak. To mi je bila prognoza, s obzirom kak je Dinamo napravio rok. Is rage a good thing in chess? Get angry too when I play like retard. I mean, I don't know. It's very hard not to be angry at yourself if you're completely winning and then you lose. I think that's the case for everyone, even the top players. So, because like if you don't care, then you won't rage. But if you don't care, then it's very unlikely that you will get competitive and successful. Okay. Anyway, emote only. I have to do because we're starting playing against an FM in round 1. FM's probably the best choice for round 1. IMs are tough and CMs are impossible to beat. Get one more Czech Benoni. Okay, Jeffery has been working relatively well thus far, so why not keep on playing it? Let's go knight f3 first. I'm curious to see what he's going to do after this h5. h4 now I stopped, and yeah, bishop g2 castles will come. Okay, bishop g2. Now I can castle. I can also wait with either h3 or h4. Okay, maybe I will play h4 just to stop all of this. Now a4 to stop b5. It's kind of similar to that game I had in the early title Tuesday, if you remember it, and I'm sure that you do. But this position I like a bit more than the one which I've had there, because it feels like it will be much harder for black now to go for f5, because after f5 and some kind of takes, the g5 square is mine for the taking. But I might be wrong. Anyway, I'll play b3, that's basically prophylaxis, because sooner or later this is going to open up and I'll need this to be protected. Now maybe my opponent wants to go for this. How do I deal with it? Bishop b2, not really. Go knight g5, but then f6 is a problem. Knight a1 is half logical, but after f5 I'm not sure if I achieved anything. f5, f4 might be a problem later on. Okay, I have to make a move. If I get into time trouble, it will be bad. Maybe he can now play something like takes takes and g5. And something very sharp's gonna happen. Considering he hasn't castled yet. Maybe my whole strategy is wrong and I was supposed to go for the knight d2 setup and not castle at all, considering he hasn't castled either. Okay, bishop h4 immediately. Now, can I take knight h2, king h2, that's fine, and if queen h4 I can go knight f3 back and then something. I mean, I hope that I can. I don't really see the follow-up for black, but maybe he'll show it to me. Queen e7. Okay, bishop g5 runs into f6 and all of this stuff. So I won't do it. What should I do? Maybe I should escape with the king in this way. I don't know if that's the smartest, but to do something, because knight h2 he would force repetition. Okay, now I can probably go knight h2. Now if queen h4 I can take. So he'll play f5. Some ef. I don't know, I have to make moves. I have to make moves. Otherwise it's going to get bad. Okay, he plays it like this, now wants f5. Makes a lot of sense, actually. We'll try to be first here with queen g5 or queen h6 to force the queen trade. That feels logical to go here. Now if he moves the queen to h7 or somewhere, then queen e7 could be a potential problem with d7 hanging and bishop g5 coming. And if he takes f6, bishop e3, or bishop d2 maybe smarter. f5, I mean the position... I mean the game goes on, but the piece advantage the piece advantage remains. Now I'll try to go knight d1 with bishop a5, I think. And I'm not sure where this knight belongs. Okay, let's put it on d1 for a start, because if I can get in bishop a5, bishop d7, rook a6, then everything will collapse. Okay, goes there. How do I actually play this stuff? This bishop's not doing too much. Let's bring it on c2. I need to be careful after f4 not to get checkmated somehow. Still, hopefully that won't happen. Anytime soon, even though it might happen. I'm giving him quite a lot of counterplay here. Maybe I was not supposed to. Like rook h8, rook a1, bishop c8, or like this, similar thing. Okay, now I'll try to run away. There are surely much better ways of playing this. Knight e4 is not a problem. I can go here. Should have gone bishop a5 first, but okay, what can you do? Now you did it with delay. Played too quickly there before. Let's go rook a1 so that this rook is also closer. Let's go here, then I have knight d5 with knight d6. This is a checkmate in one thread now. Let's go here. Okay, I don't see mate, so I suppose let's just go for the pawn. We can exchange this stuff. Yeah, everything is collapsing. So, what are your comments on the game Mircea, Ingo, and Zorakaya? It wasn't all that great. Whole strategy is probably not very good with h4 and short castles. Though the engine doesn't mind it. Why have I done wrong then? So not knight h2 because of takes g5. Just knight a4, knight b6. Yeah, sure, that makes sense. This was probably all good, but then later on I misplayed it somewhere. Here with 91 maybe. I allowed countless possibilities of counterplay. Yeah, knight h7, knight g5 I didn't see at all. I thought rook h8 was best. And here, of course, I didn't see bishop a5, so then I repeated once, hoping that he will blunder it again. And that was the only reason why I went back. And later on, it was good. Flawless? Yeah, right. It wasn't flawless. Dubious line got punished. These GMs are immune to troll lines, I suppose. Except when Carlson goes e4, e6, h4 and beats me. Okay, that's what I replied with h6. And then after 2 moves, we have a position which has never appeared before. We don't have Carlson here. We have Nakamura, Neiman. And Wesley is still playing. Come on, Wesley. Checkmate the opponent. CMs are very strong, as we know. Only Wesley. Come on, Wesley. Let us play. We're tired. We want to go to sleep. Not all of us are living in the USA. Okay. Thank you, Wesley. Speaking of Hans, what was the final score of your secret match the other day? I mean, you have probably seen it. 2.5, 1.5 for my secret opponent. Emotes only. We got black against Alpis Crayfish. Okay, I'll stick with the King's Indian, even though that's an opening which I didn't have much success with Untitled Tuesdays. I did win some games. But not that many. I've had some losses and some lost positions. Okay, the point of this move order is that sometimes if they go c5, d5 with black, then they go in some knight c3, knight a3, knight c2 system with white. Yeah, the stuff I'm playing is this again. C1, how does that go? Don't really remember. This is what I played last title Tuesday. I'll play it here too. I want people to know what I have in store against the Zemish, so I'll just play this one. Okay, let's play e6 first and then b5, and then c5 can take probably. And okay, g3. Now let's see if he goes for c5 line. He does. Take it. Take with the rook. I've had this once or twice on streams, I think, with the various successes. These positions are very unstandard, atypical of King's Indian play. This is how they usually go with knight e7 and c6, and then if d6, then you go knight c8, and if it takes, then you take either with the bishop or with the knight to pretend that everything's fine, considering the knights are down here and the bishop on g2 is relatively passive. I don't know what's with bishop g5. Very possible line. Guess I should go back to g7. And I'm not sure the whole point of bishop f8 was e5. 5 first was maybe better, but at least I have the time advantage. That's something. Probably bishop f8 was dumb. Somehow it stayed in my head that I'm supposed to play that move. But it's probably not true, it's probably some different line. Let's see now if my opponent will go for the ambitious d6 or for d takes c6. If he goes d6, the problem... Okay. Problem could have been Knight c8 and rook e6. Okay, goes here. He's trying to go to d5. Very logical, but now I can go h6. And that... Oh, wait. There is also knight e4. That could be a game changer. Knight e4, yeah, fe, queen g5. Surely good. Bishop d8, knight d2 also surely good because f1's hanging. Yeah, that should work. Now he blocked this stuff. If I have calculated everything correctly, but I think I have this time. I don't see any other options for white except the ones I just said. Even though f7 is a bit weak, queen d7, queen e3, that should be... this is a check, he goes here or rook f2, and then I can go either knight e7 or something. And I think everything's good. But we'll see. Check. Has to go rook f3, king h1, rook f2 he goes. Kind of curious about knight d4, because knight d4 runs into this. Rook e1, I mean, then it leaves the rook pinned. Queen f7, king h8. Still a bit messy. Then rook f8's also a threat. Okay, let's try it. There is rook c7, which I'm unsure about, because after check there is king f1. But then at least I can take on... No, I can't take on f2, but I can go rook g8. For that I can take on f2 and go rook f8 in that line. Okay, let's see what my opponent does. If rook e1 first, then I defend. Okay, he does go for this line. And now I guess I should play either take first or just rook g8 immediately. If I play rook g8 immediately, knight e4 ed. Ah, but wait, knight e4, maybe I have rook f8. Need rook g7, I'm not sure. Check here. I can take on g3, but it's weird. Okay, let's play it like this. Check. Now rook g8. Now if he takes, I go queen d4, I think. Now the threat is rook f8, and I'm not sure how he will deal with it. There might be a way to, which I didn't see before. And this is also a way, probably. And my whole plan is full of holes, I suppose. Oh well. What can you do? Hey, does this work too? Surprisingly, that works too. I don't have a better way to exploit it. Yeah, I just don't see anything. This was probably a strategical mistake by my opponent, by the way. I could have done a much better job out of that position. I somehow got the job done, but that was well fought by my opponent. He found nice defensive resources. I don't really remember the line. Yeah, bishop f8 was... I did remember the line correctly, but now bishop b4. I would need to check that Geary game against someone. c6, bishop g5, cd5. Of course, bishop f6. There is queen b6 check. I knew that there was something wrong with the line he played, but I just couldn't understand. Couldn't understand what was wrong. 94. 94 was right. Okay, that's 96. I did see, but I didn't think it was that much. Queen d3, not queen d4. Queen d3 was stronger because then after queen b3 I can give a check, and then king g1 wasn't possible due to queen b1. Yeah, that makes sense. Bishop f3 I didn't see. Saw queen b3 first, later, but yeah. Defended well until he took here. This was a strategical mistake, surely. Now I have a very dangerous past one. Maybe it's still holdable, but it's extremely hard. And yeah, okay, who knows what happened there later, but at least I wasn't worse at any point. That's something. Yeah, that was a decent game. Not flawless, but surely decent. You said something about Matthias destroying the table or something in the comments. Does he do it if he draws? But I don't think that's true. That was just trolling, I suppose. This will take for some more time. No, it won't, actually. Black agrees to a draw, but there's not much you can do there, really. Now, considering the late events, like sometimes with 2870, I've been facing top GMs like Hikaru on the late title Tuesday, but this time not really. This time I'm playing against a low-rated opponent with a master from Germany. Okay, I will seize the center against this. Go knight c3. Knight g2 here. If they go for knight d4, then you're usually supposed to just play here, take, and then usually play g4 to stop f5, and then try to expand with h4 and stuff. So yeah, that's why knight e7 is supposed to be better than knight d4 in this exact line. My opponent's maybe not familiar with it. One can only hope. For example, if f5, then there is takes, and if g takes, then I can take his castling rights away. Knight e7, then I can probably play c5 first. Alright, h4, h5 inclusion could also benefit me. No, I could also benefit from it. Sorry for the broken English. But okay, let's go c5. Let's stick to the standard ideas. Okay, I can take. I don't have to just yet. Castles is supposed fine, and then after f5, I'll just react with f3. It seems that it won't be that, to me at least, it seems that it won't be easy to attack here with one piece less on the board without one knight, and with this knight, which is not an f6, kind of extremely hard to go g4 normally. This one, I don't really believe in this one. Now I think I can take Nguyen knight b5, and then I'm threatening knight c7, knight e6, and if this bishop is gone, then bad things will happen. I can even go bishop a7. I'm not sure if I want it though, because if I go bishop a7, bishop d7, I mean, it's also surely good. Not gonna lie. Because knight e6 is going to come in a move or two. Why not, actually? I don't see a reason why not. Take, knight e6. I can take g7, I'm not sure if I want it. Let's go king h1 for a start, just a prophylactic move. If he goes here, then I have rook c7, otherwise I wouldn't have it. Let's go here, threaten queen c7. If he goes here, at least I will trade the rooks, and that should help me. Actually, let's go queen d2, so that after queen c8, I already have rook c1. And if he goes that way, then I suppose queen b4 should be good. If I can go queen b6 and rook c7, I'm never afraid of this because it's just very hard to believe giving up this bishop could bring anything good for black. Maybe I'm threatening this. I'm not sure if I am because knight c7, rook c8, queen d6, bishop d8. Still probably it's fine. Yeah, I don't really see it, honestly. Knight c7 with this, especially after h5, because this is also getting opened up. Takes, right? With this hanging. Okay, now knight e6 is surely a move. Bishop b6, queen b8, and then d6. Probably there is no need for anything like too weird, and I can just play it simply like this, and yeah, position should be totally winning. Okay, let's bring the king closer first. Okay, that one I will take surely. Went h3. King f2 to stop king g3, because then my king would be a little bit exposed. Not too much, but a little bit. Now I might even, after a5, I can play b3, and then I think he's frozen. I think he's completely frozen here. I can go king g5, then maybe g3 is a move. I mean, many other possible moves, but okay, for example, g3 to open things up, and maybe I can even run the king. Okay, he goes that way. I mean, it shouldn't really matter what you do, right? Can I go h4, knight h4, rook f6? As far as I can see, yes. Because after check, I can go rook f3, and after king f6, I of course have king h4. So yeah, looks good. Okay, take it, and I'll take this one as well. I mean, he might be hoping for some stalemate tricks, but as long as he has the g6 square, it's hard to believe. Wait, Maybe I could have given checkmate immediately instead of taking all of these. Sorry, instead of taking all of this pawns, it was easier to immediately checkmate. But okay. Still, it's all good. Emotes only off. Yeah, I think there was one game where I lost against Andreikin in this line where I didn't play this c5 and I should have. Yeah, bishop a7 is best, but I mean, it's not the only way. I can go queen b3 and then 96. 96 immediately is also extremely good, but just you can do it later. You don't have to rush it, considering black has no moves. The king's Indian doesn't really work if you don't have pieces to attack with, then you just get crushed. And yeah, I don't think I screwed it up at any point. It was just too winning to screw up. Okay. Yeah, good game. I'm not playing that badly for now, except in game 1, I suppose. But even there, it wasn't that bad. But now I'm going to play against some very strong GM. Let's see some game. White wins on time. I don't know how White won that. Let's see some other game. Black won. Who is this with the creation flag? Ah, it's Bluebaum. Okay. This is dead lost, of course. The knight just covers this. And nothing you can do. You can even take the pawn if you want it. Everything's winning. Normally I play horribly, but tonight it isn't that bad. I'm usually way... I did something differently today. I did my home workout like immediately before this event and not earlier, hoping that I will have more energy for this thing. Okay, we're playing against Lazavik, who's surely a player who is dangerous, considering that he did amazing results last year. Considering he did amazing results last year in the Champions Chess Tour and everywhere. I don't really know theory after f3, and he seems to be extremely well booked up. This stuff is hanging, let's not blunder it. Should I go here or not? I don't know. It's always risk. This line is always so risky to play because of this pawn. I allowed something that may should not have allowed. I thought that I can react with 94, 98, 92, but it's probably not that good. We take here, bishop c5, that seems even worse. Have bishop h3. There, but queen d6, bishop g2 takes. Yeah, it doesn't look right. Problems. Problems. I'm not, as you say, a beast of a player. I'm allowing, like, it's not that I blundered knight c6, I just didn't believe that it works. Because of knight e4, bishop h3 or something, but I should have fought for way longer there. Now I have to hope that I'm not lost tactically, which I might be, might not be. I can even play positional, like take, rook d8, bishop g5. That also seems very uncomfortable. It's probably what I would do actually. Now when I look at it. Plays it in a different way. This I'm way less convinced about. First of all, because of takes, and secondly, queen a5 also exists. I mean, this is the King's Indian, not style, but spirit. That was the word I was looking for, to keep to play queen a5, a3 maybe later, etc. Hope that this king will be exposed. Maybe taking was smarter really with knight d7. Okay, takes. Now there is no threat yet, as far as I can see. Maybe e5. And go bishop d7, rook d7, queen d7, a3. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on there, but I already burned a huge amount of time in this game. I don't want to burn anymore. Queen c5. Yeah, why didn't I see this move? This is a good move. Maybe he had d5 there. Even this is relatively annoying what he played. There is knight d5. I'm gonna have to go knight d7 or some nonsense. Oh, even b3 exists? If b3 exists, then it's just very bad. b3 I forgot about completely. It's the most logical move if he can play it. But he's losing c4 anyway. Okay, this was a bad game. This was, no matter how it ends, this was a horrible game. Blundered 10 things in this game. Knight c7 is probably. Rook e7 takes. Let's go to c5. Now at least I'm threatening something. The time advantage is the only advantage I have in this game. And it's not a big advantage. Okay, he defends it. I guess I will recreate the threat. So knight b3, it doesn't work. It's going to be some time scramble now. But I don't think I'm without chances here. Rook f3 is annoying. Okay, what can you do? Should have gone here, I think. We can get... No, I can't get the pawn. This was so stupid. When I finally got a chance, I messed it up so badly. There were 3 checkmates in one. That was really dumb. What have I done wrong, actually? Yeah, queen d6 and knight d7. And black's better. I even found chances here, but... yeah, hard to believe, I suppose. e5, that was really strong with e6. No, I would never have seen that. Okay. After rook b4, because the rook from b3 would have defended the b5 knight. I mean, I had one chance in that game. I had to take on d6, and that was it. All the rest was strong, almost strongest play than my opponent. This was the problem. Now we have that 6-minute break. Okay, I'm annoyed, so let's go for some puzzle rush. This King's Indian thing I need to change with black. It's not good for rapid and blitz. In classical I have great results in it, but in rapid and blitz I have horrible results. Even though the positions aren't bad, even this position which I've had now, it didn't have enough time to think and understand why it was good with queen d6. That was some sort of a weird mouse slip. No, 3 out of 4 is not good. Okay, let's not do these puzzles. Like, the thing is, if you lose one game, in order to win the event, you need to win everything. Like, you need to win, basically, you need to make 10 out of 11, or maybe 9.5 to win the event. So when you lose a game like this one early, then it's just bad. And the stuff was like, okay, here probably this was, I'm pretty sure, better here with bishop g5 and bishop b6, and then a4 is not possible. Okay. Yeah, and this, I mean, here knight d7, yeah, a3 is a big threat. I don't know how he's going to defend it even. Rook c1, then this is a threat. Okay, some position like this could happen. Bishop b7 even traps the rook here. Everything you can hope for with black. And I messed it up. But what can you do? At least I'll get white now. The King's Indian I need to change for Title Tuesdays. I need to create a new repertoire against d4 with black for the Title Tuesday. King's Indian is good for classical for me, but not for blitz and rapid. Last week I lost to Lakwang in this. Okay, Hakobian I beat, but I was lost, and yeah, it's just not working. Against Grishchuk I got crushed in the early event. The King's Indian has to. I have to change it. Needs to be only my classical over the board weapon, not for Title Tuesdays. It's hard against d4 with black. Against d4 with my French, I've always done well. Go with the Slav. I mean the Slav, but the problem is the exchange, and the problem is I have never played it with black, only with white. But yeah, King's Indian has to go. Something else I have to play. Something else I have to play. Ban the King's Indian for Title Tuesday, yeah. Slav is relatively easy to play indeed, but I need to have experience in it. Understand what you're doing. Hi there, Fesha Kampa. You love King's Indian? Me too. I mean, I have the most success in it by far in classical games. At least I've had in 2023, but in Blitz I've lost, and Rapids and games quite a bit important, quite an amount of important games I lost. Nimzo Indian, maybe I should play the Nimzo. My old repertoire was Nimzo Indian and Queen's Indian. Even Defiant Chair, who I played last time, has a better has more points than me in this event. Kramnik's on 3 out of 4. He drew 2 games. I was against Bosnia, against Deac. Those are strong players. Wesley on 3. Okay, who knows who I'm going to play, but it will be a low-rated player for sure. Aronian on 3. Yeah, in the late title Tuesday, I somehow always have a feeling that somehow always have a feeling that Americans have some kind of an advantage in this late title Tuesday because Europeans and Asians are so tired that they just start blundering things. 63 moves with 96 accuracy, crazy. Which one? Which one was that? I don't know why I'm scrolling down. Just we have a break and I'm not sure what to do. Kramnik draw. Which Kramnik draw? This one? Yeah, but don't even think about saying something about the black player. I'll personally guarantee you that she is as clean as possible. My Kramnik had a great position there. But that like high accuracy was due to that drawn endgame being played for like 20 moves, and that improves your accuracy by a huge margin because you just there are like 20 moves which are equal here. You can play everything you want here. For example, you can play Rook A2, Rook B7, Rook B5. Everything is 0, 0, 0, and that will increase your accuracy That game was not. That game was like not 96 in terms of like being lost quite quickly, but how is going third? Teodora. Sanal Wahab, he's where is his username? Here, Santa Blue. This is him. So yeah, the chess.com accuracy tool is not the reliable, not a very reliable source. But I got black again. Come on, this is annoying. We're playing against this lady from Vietnam. I beat her in the Slav exchange. Not sure if anyone remembers it. Several title Tuesdays ago. Quite nicely. Let's see what she has in store here with the London. Knight c4. Can't say I remember if this move order is different than the normal one because of knight c4, but I don't think it should be. Okay, I don't think this is a problem yet because of b5 and then x castle. I don't really want to go e6 because then the knight could come here and then I have to go rook a7. So I suppose I'll put the queen on c7 first and then I can play knight d7 and then a6. Yeah, this hedgehog against London I haven't played in a while, I have to say. Has been my favorite setup against London for many years, but objectively it's not that great, so that's why I stopped it. And started that double fianchetto, which I have used several times on Untitled Tuesdays. But let's see what my opponent does here against it. Let's go bishop f8. This is all just prophylaxis against c5, and like in my case, I'm trying to put the rook here, maybe e5 at some point, and she retreats the bishop to stop me from doing that. I'm expecting a move like knight e3, then I'm gonna go e6, and the game goes on. Why a6, so that tray a5. Like I have b5. Kamsky played this quite often with white, and then he would always push here and push some c4, for example. How to play now? g6 is always a good prophylactic move in these systems. Just okay, interesting. She just wants knight e4. Because like in general, you should always be very happy with black if you can achieve this, then you're out of any dangers usually, and you can just play b5 and hope that this structure will benefit you. So I'm quite happy with how the game's going thus far. Maybe she should play some bishop h4 to eliminate the knight, actually. That would make my task a bit harder. She listens to me. Yeah, I don't really want to trade the knight, but I don't know if I can go knight d5 or is it too much. Yeah, maybe it's too much, but I'll play it anyway. c4, I think I can go knight f4. Then if... Okay, if queen e4, then I can, I think, take and play knight d3, I think. And if queen e3, this is what I was gonna say, then I think I can go e5 and have a decent position. Because if takes, 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 there is a huge problem. But okay, maybe it's not. Maybe I played it a bit too quickly. I'm not sure what's happening after a move like this one. At least she burned quite a lot of time. She goes to f6 instead. Can't I go? No, bishop g7. Or bishop h6 maybe. Okay, let's play this move. Just to see what she does. Queen e4. Feels like something's off here for black, but what is it? Maybe I can go here and here. And then maybe f5, e4. Because takes, there was knight f6. No? I think this is the right approach. With f5 and d4. Then when the knight moves, I can even probably go here. And trap the bishop. Yeah. Yeah, this is good. This is good. I don't even have to take yet, because there's nothing she can do. Like, I can first solidify the structure. And do many things before taking that knight d7, probably. Now, this one I will surely take the knight c5. The bishop's still stuck. As long as it's stuck, I don't have to take it. Now I have. I have to, but it doesn't matter. Position's winning anyway. Okay. Managed to beat somebody. I probably rushed it with that c5 move. I wanted some tactical complications. I don't know what's with this, but it's highly unlikely it's good with knight e4. D is even better. Yeah, but here we just transpose to the normal stuff. Yeah, there are against indeed these lines. Knight h5 I thought about, but I thought it's just... this is just better. Yeah, I rushed it with e5 probably. Bishop g5 was surely stronger. Even though the engine says it's fine. Knight h5. Yeah, bishop h6 I should have played immediately. But yeah. And then after f5 and d4 it was just worse. She should have played knight g5, of course, then she doesn't lose a piece. But still, it's like... yeah. And here she's just frozen, nothing to do with that bishop and g3. That was better. Sicilian Connor Paulson. Wait. Sorry for pinning the message accidentally. Yeah, I mean, it's playable, it's relatively playable, but it's an opening I wouldn't... It's a second tier opening, it's not like the first tier for your main repertoire, I think. You can play it occasionally, but not more than that. Yeah, Dormitron says good. I'm also too tired. It's highly unlikely I'll play Wells ever again. See you. Thanks for dropping by to the stream. I think there's a line with knight d6, bishop d6, knight e4. I don't think that's the move order. I think the move order is a bit different. I think that happens when bishop e7 is played already. Then white is a tempo up. And here, When the bishop's already in f8, I don't think that's the line, but I might be wrong. If you know more about the theory, if you know more about the system, then you're probably right. Okay, I kind of want to calculate the pairings now to see if I'll get a low-rated or a high-rated opponent. No, I don't have time. Next round starting soon. Then I won't calculate. No, only 1 or 2 more games remaining. Ah, you're not a theory guy. Okay. This could last for some more time. I don't really want to watch Rook versus Rook. Don't feel like it. There is almost... Okay, it's like 250 players less here than it was in the early title Tuesday. Kamsky 5-5, Zhigalko, Aleksienko, Firuza, Malachov, Hakobian, and Nakamura. Then quite a lot of people in 4.5, and then we're here with 4 out of 5. If I'd had to guess, I would say that I'll play a high-rated opponent, but we'll see. I don't have to guess, but I'll find out. I usually guess correctly. Sometimes I wish that wasn't true. Okay, I'll change it completely against Sarana. This time I'll play knight f3 g3 instead of the normal d4 stuff. I'll just play something completely non-theoretical against him, considering he's, as you say, theory guy. He has this blitz repertoire ready. And even though this stuff is something I'm not that familiar with, I still feel like... wait, where to go with the queen? I still feel like it's something I can play against him. Should I take with the pawn or not? Probably yes, but I'm not sure. Could have taken with the knight too. I'm hoping that this will be weak in the future. It's the main point of this stupid line. Let's go knight c3. In pawn takes is strategically double-edged. I guess I have to go for things like that. No, bishop b3, bishop c5, or bishop b4. And then hope that this will be a weakness and not a strength in the endgame. That's debatable, of course, but yeah, we'll see. I guess queen a6 is normal. I need to be careful not to play some e3 because then I'll run into tactics. So I would need to move this rook away first. Should I go here maybe? I mean, probably yes. Because if I can exchange like rook b8 and queen a7 might be a threat. And now I can also play e3 and then move the knight maybe from f3. The good thing with this pawn takes c3 is that this bishop remains here hitting a wall of pawns, while my bishop is relatively strong here. So that's surely a good thing. But yeah, of course it's not all roses. So takes. If I take here, queen a7, rook a7, there is rook b1, that's clear. But maybe there is... Okay, first of all, can I take with the bishop? I mean, I don't really want to go pawn grabbing like that. Can I go knight h4 instead? Let me try that. And then, like, if he moves the bishop to some square like here, then I can take, and then d5 will be hanging. I can go to e6 though. Then I'm not 100% sure if I achieved anything with knight h4. I'm not sure if I can go e4 later on or even immediately after bishop e6. I might be able to do it though and get away with it. I'm not really sure about it. King goes to g4. I mean, maybe I should play e4 anyway. But after some bishop f6, my king will be relatively exposed. But don't rook b2 will come. Okay, let's go for it. I have to win games somehow. It doesn't really matter how. Because after this, c4 will also be hanging, so that's good. So now he goes back. Now I can take twice and take a7, no? Let's see, why not? Because this is hanging, this is hanging. Okay, he defends stuff. I can still take it though. Then I'm opening the file for his bishop. Let's try to go here to attack. And also possibly queen b3 could be a good move in order to pin this this knight. My knight on h4 is now a bit stupid, but it can go to g2 hopefully. In some near future. Should I go here? 93 maybe. Should still be a pawn. Sarana is almost never down on the clock. I'm surprised he is in this game. So that was the point. Wait a minute. I didn't see that. Surely not the cleanest conversion, but a conversion. Yeah, it was smart to change. It was smart to change from my main repertoire to play something completely untheoretical against Sarana, because he just has this style of always playing the same thing with black, and it has posed me problems. Like last time I played him in Untitled Tuesday, I barely survived with white when I played my own things. And yeah, here it was unstandard, untheoretical, and somehow he crumbled here. Queen a4 was good. b3 maybe not. He found this bishop e5. That was a very nice move. I didn't see the point of rook b8. Yeah, knight g5. Now I found knight e3. That was strong because now I would be one up in the endgame. Yeah, probably he had one move here to save the game, which at least I think he did. Here after c7, he had knight b3. I did spot that because after rook b5, knight d4 back, I don't have a good square, unfortunately. So I was supposed to start with knight d7. Knight d7 check first, and then c7, and then I tricked him with the move order. But due to being down on the clock, he also didn't manage to understand it. Yeah, nice win. Yeah, cheers. Cheers, guys. Zoraka and Piotr, I appreciate the support. I'm not that weak, come on. Even though I lost to Carlsen and Grishuk in the early event. Now with 5 out of 6, I am in this group, but my tiebreak is bad. Okay, we are continuing with the Super GM fight. Jeffery Xiong. Those of you who have watched that stream I've had on the Italian game thematic tournament, I'm sure that you remember how I lost against Jeffery in that horrible game. No, wait, how are you supposed to go here? Where are you supposed to play here? I forgot a bit. Let's go rook c8 then. Maybe it was just takes and then knight e7. Good transpose after knight a3. I'm not sure if this with inclusion of b4 is good. It's probably the reason why it's stronger to take here first. But okay, let's see what he does. That time match in the last game helped me quite a lot. Also, I wasn't used to having time advantage, especially against someone like Sarana, who is always pressing on the clock. Why is Jeffery thinking for so long? I've sat there in that Italian game event, but I didn't see him play in chess.com in a while, and now I get to not only see him play, but play against him in chess.com. Okay, this is, I suppose, normal. So b4, then I can take, and I suppose normally go either knight c4 or knight c6, because after takes, ba5, take, I still have bishop f3. And yeah, now I need to choose my poison. Probably it's better to go to c6, because I'm not developed yet. So opening and stuff and exchanging many pieces doesn't seem like a good option, to me at least. And I should probably focus on developing my pieces first. Knight f5, he'll probably play g4. Not probably, but surely, actually. He'll play a move like a6, which I'm not sure if it's good, but he didn't want to allow him to play b5 and then force knight a5. I can go queen a5, technically. Not sure if it's good. Okay, let's go knight f5. If he goes g4, I'll go back. I don't care. Now I'll go h5. This is double-edged, but I need to win games. Okay, take it. I suppose knight g6. And then my plan will be to put the bishop here, king d7 probably. And then maybe knight h4. Probably king d7 first. There's also queen b5 still. I feel like my position is okay, but to prove that there are some very interesting tactics also going on here. Like rook h3, king g2, rook f3, king f3, knight d5 check. Don't really think it works, unfortunately. So let's go king d7. That was my original idea. Now I suppose knight h4. The bishop needs to control this square, but if I can double the rooks, then my position should be quite good. So he probably needs to react quickly here somehow. Maybe with knight a5 or something. Doesn't go for a quick reply. Okay, then I'll go here. Queen f7 I don't think is that good. It might be though. Because knight c5 will be coming. Bishop f4. And now I can go rook h3 and I probably should do it, but he'll go bishop g3. Okay, let's go queen b5 then, seize the light squares. He'll go here, then I should probably go back. Or maybe go forward, rook h3. This is a problem, unfortunately, for me. The big one. Knight c5 was a threat, and I completely forgot that now I can't do it. If it takes here, queen f3, I have this stuff, that's good. And is this a threat? Probably not. I don't really... Oh, wait. No. Now he's giving me foolish chances. I don't think he saw that at all. Now there's bishop g5 too. When materially speaking, I'm like in a great shape. And positionally, everything's hanging there. Just resigns. Okay. I was very lucky there. He was just not supposed to blunder in one move. It was very lucky. But okay. Feel like I had a good position at some point. But yeah, rook c8 is not the right move. You should take on d4. Same as I played against Adams and some other players. But here I still felt like I had a good position. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Yeah, h5, h3. Feels like his king safety is not in a great shape. Okay, maybe not king d7, but like this was very interesting to me what I mentioned. King f3, but I didn't really think it works after this. And now like he has two rooks and a knight for a queen, so that's why I spent like half a minute deciding for king d7 here. And yeah, then bishop f4. Now I should go king e8, of course, to not allow like bishop g3 and queen f7. I completely forgot that was hanging. Fortunately for me, this was like, very undeserved. This was pure luck. There were quite a lot of games which I won by luck today. Like this one, surely, then the one against Deac, that was a full piece down, and also against Makarian with what was I gonna say? When he flagged in that at least drawn position, but he also had a win. Yeah, that's why with the puzzle rushes. Payback for that Italian tournament. Against him, you should play tactically. Then positionally, he crushed me easily. Okay, 6 out of 7 sounds good, but my tiebreak doesn't sound good. So even though I'm sharing 5th place, I'm 15th. My tiebreak. Okay, but beating Sarana and Xiong in a row, that's surely something good. Even though it wasn't deserved. Okay, had 6.5 out of 8 in the early one. And then I lost. Then I lost against Wonderful Time in that winning position. and then what did I do then? Then I lost against Sasha Grayshuk. He crushed me completely. And it was 6.5 out of 10, just like that. Yeah, good momentum. Go for prize. I'm always going for prize and for first place, but somehow never seem to get it. Okay, someone. No, you actually mentioned Sanal Wahab. Let's see his game. Feels like a completely winning position with this, especially with the Black King. Like now we have Queen d6 and Queen d6. He didn't see it, but now he has Queen d6. Now it's game over. So another player who joins us on 6 out of 7. Okay, let's go for emotes only. Okay, Bluebaum is similar as I did against Sarana. I'm going to play against him. I'm going to play against him something completely non-theoretical, because he's also a player who likes theoretical lines quite a lot. Oh wait, what's here with knight d4? Takes is some bishop g3 a move? I don't know. I don't know the theory. Okay, let's not do it. I wanna enter things which are dangerous and he might know them. Let's go here. I'm playing very slowly and can't get it with time trouble. Play knight c2, a3, b4, knight d2, I suppose. Knight d2 to stop him from going e4, knight c2 to help me go b4. I feel like he achieved everything he wanted out of the opening. I've always had enormous difficulties facing him in Title Tuesdays. Can I go b4, takes 6, takes? Should be 7. No, can't do it. Maybe I can go b4, knight b3. No, can't do that either. How do I do it? Knight e4. Don't really want to play. Okay, I'll play it anyway. Have to move. Now knight e1, knight d3. e4 is not a problem yet, but it might become one in the future. I've gotten myself into a position I surely don't want to be in. Now I'll go queen c2 because knight d3 there is a4. But at least it's not theoretical and it's a new structure. And we saw that in the new structures, even very strong GMs can crumble. I need to keep the time edge. Not edge, but like I can't get into time trouble with my opponents having 1 minute on the clock. That's what happened in the Lazavik game. Okay, now he spent quite a lot of time, which is good. that impressed with f6, I have to say. I don't think it does that much. I'll keep on expanding here. Queen c4 check, bishop b6 would not have bring me anything. This bishop is very dumb. At some point I should do this. Okay, why not? Bishop f3, let's get rid of it. If he takes, then at least, even though the pawn structure is extremely weird, okay, never mind. Takes, king h2. No, but this is hanging. Why didn't I see that? Why didn't I see that this is hanging? Otherwise, I would never have played this. Okay, what can you do? Have to defend against knight h4, knight f4 threats. He can make draws if he wants. Maybe he can't because I have f3. No, then knight e2. Okay, I have to play f3, I think. And then knight d3 back. Hopefully no harm done. Because these pieces are still not... Like, it's not so easy to attack with them. Even though he got everything he wanted. Let's protect this bishop. Maybe if I can get rid of the rooks, then should be one step closer to surviving. Yeah, this was the risk. Wait, knight c1. It's a double attack now. Takes, I can take here. And, okay, this is also possible, but I have 4. 4 is good. Should probably go here. To stop takes and knight f4. Play prophylactic move, rook h1, so that after takes, can't go knight h4. It does a prophylactic move too. Can I take f4? No, not quite. Let's go queen d2 then. Now he can take and take here. Can I go f4? And queen f4. No, there's knight g6. Now let's go back. I only have 20 seconds on the clock. I can go knight g2, knight e3 now, but I wasn't sure if I had any other options. I don't know what to say. I was worse for the whole game, but yeah, that time scramble, I didn't play badly. At least I think I didn't. But he was supposed to push g3 when he defended something there after queen. After I took b7, I think g3 was better. Probably winning for him. Yeah, it's not that bad of a position for me, but white is always the one who is worse if anyone's worse. This I would never have taken. I would always go king g2, king h2, of course, had I remembered the t4 is hanging. Yeah. But okay, still it was, yeah, f5. Wow, knight c1 blunder. I was so happy about finding knight c1 with a double attack. f4, knight a2. Wait, am I insane or what? Takes, king g3. Yeah, and if rook, this was hard to see. Queen g2, of course. I was so happy about knight c1, thinking that I tricked him, and then the engine just says you're full of... Yeah. Now I wasn't sure about knight g2 and knight e3 checks. But knight g2 could have gone king f2 back. I would have gone probably king d1 though. Wasn't sure about this position with h4. But yeah. Here when my king got to safety, I think g4 was wrong, because after f4, felt like I got everything I wanted. I could have taken d4 immediately. It's down on the clock. And here this rook h4, that was so attractive with multiple threats. But yeah, bishop f6, it's hard to believe I have anything after queen d7. Here there are no checks, that's good. Queen d5 was such dumb. Okay, I take that back. When I said that I said that I played time scramble relatively okay. Here he was supposed to go g3, that's sure for sure. And maybe here too. Yeah, when I got to e5 and f5, then it was good. Sick game outplayed him? No, I mean, out of the opening he outplayed me, but... yeah, I was so proud of this knight c1, and then the engine just says it's horrible. Very funny. Yeah, crazy position. And pozdrav to Chess Lions. Nadam se da je sve dobro kod Chess Lions i u Trio Fantastico. Ili Chess Teamu. You never panicked and kept playing. I mean, I always keep on playing, but this wasn't even like I played some like rook h4 was not needed at all. That knight on h4 doesn't do anything. Could have taken immediately. Yes, 7 out of 8. Not bad. Not bad at all. I mean, that game against Jeffery Xiong, that was big, big, big gift. Like, huge gift. Yeah, okay, it's impossible to see it, but engine just says knight knight c1 double question mark. I mean, I start complaining about my position technically, yes, but I will not say that my position is good if I blundered something. Yeah, we do have a nice winning streak. Huh. I don't think I have ever had 7 out of 8, by the way, guys. I don't think I've ever had 7 out of 8. Even when I was taking prizes, I think I was coming from 6 out of 8, and then... Okay, once I came with 6.5, then I beat Sugiro Vandrakin and Drew Nakamura. And the other 2 times I had 6 out of 8, and then I won the last 3 to get to top of it. I never had 7 out of 8. This is a record. My high score was 9. I never had 9.5. Third place. Hikaru has 8. He didn't play Hans, so they have to play. And then I get either Pham, Nguyen, Ngoc, or Hakobian. That's a very possible pairing to win. Like it's not they're not super GMs. Vahab's good but not super GM. Nguyen Ngoc is good but not super GM. Hakobian I beat last week. Okay, this yeah, Hikaru has to play against Neiman. Hmm. It's a pairings to come. You played basketball today and hurt your elbow, but you're still happy? Yeah, reminds me of when I broke my right hand on handball, and then I had to travel to Reykjavik Open last year. It's looking promising, but like even if you have 8 out of 8, sometimes because now every game is a super jam. Like you can see it by archive. It was like Sarana, Xiong, and then Bluebaum, and now it's going to become now I'll be playing against the weakest opponent of those four. Like the weakest of those four. And I don't know why it's Chess.com seems to be lagging. I guess I should refresh it. But yeah. Let's end the tournament now. What do you say, guys? We take fourth place. If you hurt your brain, there's gonna be problems. Come on, 38's not old. But to be fair, I always say when I was a young man, then I was doing this, I was playing this when I was still young, so I consider even myself old. Pretty important games coming up. You couldn't sleep after a match with Shimanov? Yeah, the matches with Shimanov always give you either very good emotions or very bad emotions. That's at least how I remember them. Okay, I'm going to take a toilet break and be back quite soon. Oh, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Should have come back some time ago. That's not good. I had to do the toilet break. Huh. Sorry for the delay. Also sorry to my opponent Nguyen Ngoc. Had a surprisingly good score against him. Maybe he's also maybe he's also giving me time, same as I did to Carlson. When he was 20 seconds late in the early event, I also waited. Or maybe he's also not here, I'm not sure. Yeah, big respect to him for also waiting. I will play my main stuff. My main stuff against him here. Not that familiar with him as a player or with his repertoire. Same as I am, for example, with Sarana and Bluebaum, and then I was like escaping from my main stuff because I'm too familiar with their play, they're too familiar with mine, and I've struggled with them in the past. Okay, so b5 is objectively not a good move. You have seen this in my match against Furusha, if you have watched it or seen it on YouTube. So the line goes takes, queen d8, e4, c6, queen e3, and you have seen all of that in the game. cd, ed, takes like this. This I haven't seen before. What do I take with? Maybe with the queen is wiser. Maybe with the queen is wiser. Then go bishop c4, bishop b3. Yeah, if you remember my match against Firouzja, the last game, the only game I won in the end, which was ridiculous considering those amazing positions I've had. This was featured, this line in that game. Maybe I should go a5, rook 8, king d2, then go king d3. Or just castle. Yeah, let's go a5. I want this to be on the dark square. Oh, on the light square, sorry. By the way, that break, was that really 6 minutes? I really felt like it was shorter. No matter that I had to leave. Yeah, rook h1 is my next move. Now I can even take with the knight and bring the knight here, maybe. Yeah. Because somehow I want the rook here in case he moves the rook, then I can take and he has no rook 8 back. Yeah, it's a question. I'm not sure what to take with. Good question. Okay, I'll take with the rook anyway. b3, intending this stuff. Yeah, go king up for a start. Should be for rook a1. This might hang in a few moves. Like even with knight d2 or knight d5 is also a move. Knight c6. Position looks better by every second, honestly. The more I look at it, the better it becomes in my eyes. Okay, knight f6. Okay, like where does he want to go? Go here and then take here without rook b8 being possible. Shouldn't this be really, really good? Okay, rook 8. Can I take? Not yet, right? f4, knight h5, g3, f6, knight f3. This should be winning. I also need to keep the time advantage. Okay, now g3 first, I suppose, and then knight c6 with bishop b3. I has knight g4. I didn't see that. Should not have allowed it. But okay, what can I do? I'll just want to go a6, a7. It looks winning. '96. I want to check it. No, I don't believe this. No. How am I this stupid? How am I this stupid? I was so winning in 20 different ways. I was a full rook. I mean, I shouldn't complain considering how Jeffery Xiong game went, but like, he didn't have any chance during the game. This was such an important game too. I found bishop c8 nicely and it's also winning. Bishop h3 is mate, basically. Mate and 8, and they didn't win. I really shouldn't complain due to how Jeffery Xiong game went. But this is really, really disappointing. How did they not win that? Did Nakamura play against Vahap? No. Then I get to play these. And can I play against Speed of Light, please? Or Dropstone, not Duda or Drake. That was the best chance. That was the best chance I ever had for like 8 out of 9 and fight for first place. That's so frustrating. So frustrating. No, I get Duda. Worst pairing possible. But okay, last time I outplayed him in the French. That's why he goes for d4. I'll still bait him for the French. He wants it, but he doesn't. Thought with his with the last experience. Okay, I'll go d5. Now we switched the roles. I'm playing the a6 stuff with black. Okay, I have to stay myself, not lose focus or anything else. Okay, let's play 5. It's not always great, but can play it. Now I'm just making prophylactic moves, and he's doing the same. Now I'll play knight h5 to get these bishops away from the board. Then I'll get the knight back. Okay, surprisingly, to me it's super surprising. He goes knight c5. Can go b6, but I'm not sure if it's good. So I'll just take. He'll probably take with the pawn. Now he takes with the rook. Attacking my pawn. I can go b6 and c5. I don't really think that's too good. So I'll go a4. Okay, let's go rook c8. I'm slow. I'm very slow this game. b5 he can take, unfortunately. I'm letting him play b5, then I intend to take it and go bishop d7 later on and hope that these two against one will be a weak or a strength, not a weakness. They're probably going to be a weakness though. It goes there. Instead, so I can go f6, which I'm pretty sure I should. Even though there are quite a lot of holes around my king, at least I'll get knight c4 in the next move. Knight c4 I should surely play. Because if he takes, then, well, I mean, gets this passed pawn, b5 will be played. Usually the structure is good, so that's why he sacrifices an exchange there. Can include g5. To stop his knight from going forward. He'll go knight e2, take. Yeah, I'll take first. To play this endgame. Maybe put the queen on e4. It seems to be very dangerous there. Have to speed up. Have to speed up. Extremely slow this game. Duda though is someone who also doesn't mind getting into time trouble. And does it often. Let's kick the rook away. Even though it weakens c6. I'm gonna go c5 sooner or later. Preferably sooner. Huh. Okay, this is not very good, but I'll play it anyway. Just not sure what to do. This I didn't see. Now this rook is also hanging. Yeah. Oh well, I did my best, but wasn't meant to be this event. Even though I had 7 out of 8, which I never had. I still didn't lose this game, but it's just a bad position. I didn't see a better move than this, but this move is surely very bad. Yeah, it chooses a very simple approach to this. And probably the wisest. Can you go king h5, please? He doesn't want to do that. I even lost in time. The position's lost there. Yeah, this is how everything falls apart. 7 out of 8. Completely winning position. You lose it, then you lose the next game, and yeah. What have I done wrong here? Was it supposed to go knight e4? b5, not to allow the sacrifice. But the sack was, interestingly enough, quite good for white. Yeah, I played it well. What can I say? This is, of course, objectively completely lost, no matter what the engine says. The gameplay is very low today. The gameplay is very low today, and the volume... I don't know, actually. That was so beautiful with 7 out of 8. And then that game. But yeah, no good... all good things come to an end. So did my good run on this event. Yeah, maybe someday, but it would be so good if I had 8 out of 9. That would be so good. Someday, maybe someday, I'll be able to do better. Come on, what's still being played? Not this. I wanna go to sleep. Come on, finish this. Thank you. I'll probably again play a high-rated opponent, by the way. Again, Bogdan. Let's see what he's going to go for. If he goes for the London, I'll play the same thing I used. Okay, now I'll go here. Knight f2. Which line should I play? Because this is basically what I usually play against this. Queen's Indian. Okay, this has been played against me once or twice, and I have never reacted well to it. Maybe d5 is how you're supposed to react. It is, at least I learned something. Let's go here, try to go e4. Knight d7, maybe here, maybe e5. I mean, now probably both, because of the way he played. Go f5, then b4 is coming. So let's go here first. Now f5, now through b4 I can take go knight e4. That's why he does this. Let's go queen g5, hit something. f4 is probably best, but at least it gives me this square in the future. Yeah, this was my best titled Tuesday ever after 8 rounds, and round 9 I had everything and I lost. I lost everything. Very frustrating. Okay, let's go here, hoping for trickery. And even though maybe I allowed trickery. Wait, this feels suspicious, but I don't really know why. Rookie 7, rookie 4, maybe no rookie 4. Nothing. I mean, I suppose rookie 7, rookie 8 should be right. Castles, knight b3 and king f1. Ah, so that's the clever idea. Behind it with bishop f3 and just slow plate. Or bishop h5 first. Can I exploit this? No, not quite. Now he's gonna go here. No, he won't. He goes bishop d4. Huh. Rookie 1, king g2. And nothing. Really no way to exploit this, is there? Okay, now maybe I should undermine this. a4, b4, knight b3, bishop b2. But the long diagonal is going to be extremely, extremely weak. Still, I'll do it. Okay, he doesn't go for the long diagonal. Suppose that's an achievement. Though I'm unsure about it. I mean, it doesn't look right to play b5, but I don't know what else to do. It just feels like I misplayed it so badly. I'm trying to go for tactical trickery again with like, takes, and then if d5 falls, then the long diagonal could be weak. And if not, then I can take here. But yeah, he just ignores all of that. Plays a good move. Don't even have a single threat which I can make. So I have to sack more things to get the 5 square. Still didn't create a single threat. Probably still I haven't created a single threat. Hoping for Rookie 1 so that I can take. Of course, it's not going to happen. It will happen. Maybe he's having pity for me. Maybe he's like he's seen what happened to me against Nguyen and Ngoc. Unlikely, but maybe. Or maybe he's just too tired because in Romania it's already 2 a.m. Anyway, at least I end the tournament with a win, but a completely undeserved one. What can I say? He outplayed me completely throughout the whole game. I'm not 100% sure what I've done wrong. Like, surely I had a good position here somehow. 94 and then go with g5. Yeah, why didn't that occur to me? Or even g5 immediately. Even this would not be a bad move, surely. Yeah, but I got another gift. Both Jeffery, Xiong, and Bogdan-Daniel have given me gifts today. The chat has abandoned me ever since I lost the game. Ever since I drew the game against Nguyen and Ngoc. Can hardly blame them. Seems that Hans Niemann is going to win this event. Unsurprisingly, because he's the strongest player. Nakamura is trying to win against Duda. If Nakamura manages to do it, then and he might manage to do it, but then he might win the event. Now he might actually win. Yeah, now he might actually win. Feels lost. Okay, King F5, King F6. Now he will take. And yeah. So maybe Nakamura will be first and not Niemann. As for myself, 10th place. What to say? What to say? Ups and downs. In general, my play was worse than my result. But when I got that huge opportunity, I didn't exploit it for 8 out of 9. Yeah. What can you do? Not too much. So I'm just going to raid someone and I will see you guys. On some other event, or I don't know exactly when. Who do we raid? We raid WGM Tusa. Yeah. I still don't believe it. I still can't believe what I've done against Nguyen and Ngoc. Still can't believe that. Anyway, have a good night, have a good day wherever you are, and bye bye.